Hello, 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 and welcome to another One Lion of Code. I am One Lion, and you are all amazing. Dukasoft, thank you so very much for the resub, and TBD Gamer, you indeed are first. I hope you enjoy your meeting. Check out the colors in this room that we're looking out of. That's really nice. I want to know where we are. Window swap. We're looking out of a room somewhere in Salina, Ohio. I mean, anyway. And this is in January of this year. Man, they have the I don't know if you can see it in the very I don't know, I can't see myself in this corner here. But whatever light is reflecting off of the window makes it look like there's an aurora borealis effect thingy right here. Anyway, that looks pretty awesome. I like that a lot. Anyway, hi, it's Monday. Happy Monday to you. I hope you're having a great day. Hope you had a great weekend. I am trying to get back into everything. There's a lot going on, but we're going to get it done, whatever it happens to be. I don't want to start doing this, but at the same time I do. I have 1, 2, 3. What count this as 1, 2, 3, 4 weeks before I shift gears. No, we can't do that. No, that's not good. You were doing software development for a while. What happened? Let's change to this. 2 plus 2 is exactly how many? So the rest of this week, the rest of next week, the week after, and then the week after that, on Friday, will be my last day at Sogetti. Not that Sogetti's a bad place. So I'm probably going to say this multiple times so that I can get the point across to as many people as I can. But the solicitation in the Discord kind of seems funny because of all of the things that I say about my time at Sogetti. But I do want to clarify. I do want to clarify some things as soon as I get everything back up and running. So I forgot that I restarted my computer this morning for Windows updates. Hopefully I didn't break anything from those Windows updates. Aerobius. You guys can collapse. You can collapse. We can stop you. Stop you. Stop you. And run. Oh, wow. That's actually isolated. Cool. Terminal. Admin. That one. Okay, that's going to take a minute. So while that is taking a minute, I will speak my speak. So I complain a lot about non-work related things when I'm at work, you know. And I've also complained a lot about the way that my team dynamic has gone when I first started, and for quite a while, where we have an individual who tends to implement and then ask questions kind of thing. For things that affect the entire team, it's like, well, my idea is the right idea and I'm going to go forward with it kind of feeling. But that doesn't mean that the project or that the team itself are bad, or duds, are negative. It just means that there are things that happen that I would prefer were different. And because I don't want anyone else to change for me, I'm choosing to change where I am working. Because again, the team works fine. It's just not the culture for me. Same thing with the way that Sagetti works. It's an awesome opportunity because being a consulting firm with as many clients as they have, you have the opportunity to work on a variety of different projects. You won't necessarily be stuck on one project if you don't like it. So one option that I had was to shift projects to another team. For example, I could have done that, but I was also getting an offer at the same time that is just more my style. So I took the opportunity that was presented to me. But again, it's nothing. How do I word it correctly? It's nothing to. I'm not trying to say that Sagetti itself is not a good company, because they have a lot of values that are in line with mine. There are just messages that have been put out lately that have made me feel differently. But that's not for me to tell you what to decide how they are. I still think they're a good place to work. So if you have the chance, then definitely would recommend at least the experience of working for a large consulting firm like that. And the project itself that I'm currently working on is amazing. Hi, Jamie. It's been a while. The project is so much fun to work on, and I'm going to be sad to leave that project. But that also means that whoever gets to inherit at least the portion of the project that I do, I'm hoping gets to have a lot of fun with it. Gosh, what's going on with my mic levels? Mic check. Okay, hopefully I'm not crackly. I heard some crackling in the VOD when I was going through and trying to figure out what it was that I was that we were talking about on Friday's community stream. And I heard crackling. So please let me know if I do peak or crackle or clip or whatever. Trying to talk with a consistent tone. Sometimes you guys are just really funny. Anyway, here's our Discord. On our Discord, I have posted the information about the position that I'm leaving. If you are a US resident, you should be able to apply with a pretty high chance of getting hired because it is 100% remote. I appreciate Peter's comment to that message that says, even if you don't live in Colorado, it might, how do you word it? If you're not in Colorado, they still may hire you essentially, but do so for only this role, possibly. I mean, they have enough clients that are okay with 100% remote work. So even if you get moved to another project, there's still the possibility that you will be able to do 100% remote for that other project. Ubisoft, I agree. That is the situation that I'll be moving back to. I'm grateful for the experience of working on a team like this. I'm not gonna use it to say that all team dynamics are like this, but it was pretty representative. But my opinion of it could be changed. But at the moment, the offer that is on the table for me is to work pretty much as a solo dev supporting the applications that I had already worked on before and choosing technology, freedom, all the stuff that I keep talking about. It just sounds a lot better to me than to have to deal with the politics of a situation like this. There doesn't even have to be politics about this. Anyway, we're looking at a post from Napalm just because it happened to be the most recent thing that opened in my browser when I restored my tabs. But this is something to do with Aspire, I believe. As he was setting it all up. Yeah. So anyway, that's what that is. Yeah, Napalm. Whoa, my arms are tired. I don't know why. We didn't even do very much arm work today. Or lately. At all. Weird. Okay, so anyway, we are here. We've been formatting the logo thing. I need to pull up my actual logo so that I can just get it styled correctly. Where did I put it? Salad. Dropbox, image projects, automated realms, logo, nope, icon, talking with designer, output. Okay, so that's what it looks like. I will show you once it decides it wants to open. Okay, so this is the official design that we got. And this is what we have styled. I did change the shadow to this purple because it's too bright like this. And then there's too much of a gap. Is there? It's so hard to tell. I can't. Let's see if we can size this thing. Excuse me, can you get close to the same size? That's as small as it's gonna get. And I can't zoom out. It's already at 27%. Maybe I should have grabbed the other one. Try this one. Yes, Jamie. You in the front. How may we help you? Okay, here we go. I still can't zoom out. That's so weird. Why I can't zoom out further? But anyway, yeah, it looks like there's too much of a space between automated realms text, and it looks like I need to move it up to above the shadow instead of moving the automated realms text down. And all caps, right? Okay, so Jamie's question is it a case where us US companies can't employ remote international persons, or what's the situation on that? So Sogeti, actually Capgemini are an international company, and we definitely do, as Sogeti teams have overseas, but this project specifically is US based. So if you're still interested in working for a consulting firm and you live overseas, then there's still a way that I can put you in a referral system. Yeah. But Sogeti US is specifically targeting, well, yeah. So for example, a pursuit that I was helping with, part of the solution that we solution that we carefully constructed for that particular RFP, request for a proposal, was one that involved both, I forget what the terms are. There's specific terms that they use, but US based and overseas employees. Here we go. So this gap needs to be smaller. Aha, wrong one. It's inside the logo. It's inside the logo? No, it's the logo text, the slogan. Here we go. This needs to be smaller. Much smaller. So no gap at all. It's just a line height thing. Okay, that's fine. That works for me. Main title will be text transform. Does that sound right to you? If I want to get it to capitalize. No, doesn't look right. I forget. CSS text transform title case. Oh, uppercase. Capitalize is where you make the first letter of each character sequence capital. My bad. Uppercase. I was close. Not bad. Not bad at all. Now I need the text spacing on the subtitle to match the width of the main title. And we can either do that by adjusting the font size. So let's bring you down to 1.2 first, because you are rather big. Yeah, this works. This matches quite well. I like it. And yeah, it's still actually quite big compared to the official logo. Jamie says, I've always heard a saying that Tesla won't do it, but I never actually have done the research to did I miss? No, this is still part of that. I've always heard her saying that Tesla won't do it, but I have never actually done the research to figure out they won't because of laws or morely just their preferences. So for Capgemini, it's really just based off of a project need. So it's whatever is negotiated with the client at the time of securing the project. For Tesla, I can't say because I don't know. $10. Yes. Perfect. Too small. Okay. Let's go with 6.7. Yeah, we'll go with 6.7. And then we will give it a margin bottom to push it up by 0.3. Pretty close. We'll go with that. All right, I'm happy with that. Jamie says, interesting, I'll take a look into that. Kind of basically said not the US-based companies from that I had in mind about them not hiring international persons. Have you ever heard of a program called Startup Chile? No, I have not. But yeah, I mean, like Capgemini and Sogeti, I'm sure that Capgemini would hire international employees because they're an international company. I don't think this project will. And I'm actually not using an accent separator. That's probably where all of the extra spacing came from. Okay. All right then. This goes away. And as mentioned, we aren't using an accent separator, so the icon itself is good to go. Still looks much, much bigger down there. Why? Why do you look that much bigger? Here's what we're going to do instead then. We are going to change these to M's. And we are going to adjust the size using font size. That works-ish. It looks muddy though. It looks very muddy. Can I do... Oh, what is character spacing? I have to look all of these up. Character spacing. Letter spacing. Point 1.1 characters. Whoa. I mean, it looks like what I'm trying to get it to do. Man, I need to put it back up. I wasn't done styling it apparently. I thought I was done. Ops. Copy. And pasta. All right. Here we go. Okay, I like that letter spacing better. What did I do with the image? Yeah, I think what the difference is that this is a monospace font. Maybe I should figure that out. What font are we actually using for each of those, I guess? It's loading. That's why I'm just sitting here staring and looking around. Oh yeah. I briefly mentioned it, but huge thank you, Dukasoft. You're amazing. Thank you so much for 29 months of subscription. It looks like the font is missing. That's no good. Oh, poop. I need to steal... Actually, no. I'm just going to open this on my mobile studio instead. Hello, welcome back, TBD Gamer. Kind of seems like your stand-up actually took a reasonable amount of time. Box image. Automated realms, icons, talk. Man, my hair is so poofy. It's getting everywhere. It's nice and easy. Awesome. Okay. If anything, I'm just going to turn this into monospace font, but I will wait for Adobe Illustrator to open. The designer that created this logo for me was kind enough to give me the files in SVG format, in Illustrator. Yeah, she's very cool. Very, very cool. Okay, select. Why did you go way up there? Select this element. And your font family is properties. I'm in properties. How do I see? Oh, there it is. So tiny. Oh, that's no fair. It's a text to vector. And so they went from text and then turned it into a vector. And there is no associated font family with it from what I can tell. It's just the SVG version of the text. Maybe this one is still text. It is. It's called Gil Sans Nova Semibold. I don't think that is a standard font, so not helpful. Poop. Let's see what we can do. Hello, Zaid. Hope you're having a great day so far. And that the information has been helpful. Let's give this mono space. So font, family, let's just turn it to mono. Ugh, mono sans. Is there a sans serif that's mono? Ooh, there's Cascadia code. But I don't think that fits, though. What's cuisine? Is this one that is standard? Standard web mono fonts. Wait, Gil Sans might be. Is Gil Sans a standard font? Yeah, I think we might be able to use Gil Sans. What do you say? That does not look like Gil Sans. Boo. Yeah, I am. The info has been very helpful. Cool. Yeah, and as always, if you do have more questions, you can ask it here. You can ask it in Discord. You can ask it in private message. What I would really like to do is help find someone that does have that strong UI foundation, because there were a lot of things that I was not able to do personally because I'm not very strong in UI. Wait, Gil Sans MT? That actually looks like it worked. Yes. My component libraries. So if you know me, you know that I don't like using third-party component libraries. Probably, like, not even probably. The main reason is because when I started using third-party component libraries, I did a lot more struggling with them than creating my own component libraries or my own components as I needed them. And so that's one of the things that I'm going to make sure that I document very well, is what components we use, especially since a lot of the colors and graphics are proprietary. I pretty much turn their UI library into a Blazor component library. But pretty much just showing that you know how to use third-party component libraries, then that would demonstrate that you can use the one that I created. Slogan. Main tag. Something like this. I'm not going to mess with this too much. This is supposed to be a prototype anyway. It's not supposed to be the final thing. So this is going to be good enough for me as far as how to display the company information in the footer. We're going to go with that. I've used third party and have my own that I've been working on. Awesome. Awesome. You're always welcome, by the way, to contribute any of it to ours, or share yours with us if you want us to contribute to yours. Do I even have a link directly to it? Excuse me. Do I have a command for the component library? No, I don't. Okay. Easiest way to get to my component library that is separate from the stuff that I worked on for this project, by the way, for the work product. But it kind of gives you... Not really. Hold on. Let me brain this. Okay. So this is my GitHub. And here is my component library. You'll notice the date on this component library is quite old. So this is even before I stopped working on this, even before I started working on this product on the team that I'm working on now. I have since come up with different strategies for putting together component libraries. And so I'm hoping that it's a little bit more Gosh, words are escaping me. It's a little bit more organized than this component library. The unfortunate thing is that there are a lot of quirks with the way that the repos are set up for this job. And as long as you can get a grasp on how they have everything set up, then you'll be like, okay, this is actually pretty easy to work with. But it's that initial, why did you choose to do it that way? That's really odd. Nobody else does it that way kind of situation. If anyone does have the availability to, can you pretty please go to the code pen and let me know if this font is rendering correctly for you? I don't know if it's a default browser font or not, but just to make sure that this thing looks normal and not odd. This icon is still huge. I'm gonna have to turn down for what? Let's just make you smaller. Yeah, that'll do. That's better. We're running with it. We're running with the wolves. Cool, thank you. So apparently, Gil Sans MT is a typical standard web font. I hope. Or at least something that CodePen has access to. Otherwise, this definitely would need to fall back to sans serif. Although, is sans serif monospaced as well? No, it's not. Is there such thing as mono sans serif? That was one of the searches that I did. Is it a console? But I think that one also has serifs. What does courier look like? I'm gonna lose this from my clipboard. Oof. Anyway, sent a screenshot. Arigato, arigato. Ooh, no, it doesn't work for you. So you must have Gil Sans on your computer or something, TBD gamer. Oh yeah, I should also check Chrome. You're right. Were you using Chrome, TBD? Yeah, this looks terrible in Courier. Blech. Who else? Yeah, I kind of like this cuisine font, but this I, man, it looks terrible. And it's probably going to look even worse in italics. I should just leave it alone. That's all I need to do is just leave it alone. Yeah, so this is pretty much what happens to Zaid. It falls back to my parent font, which I think is Segway. I'm gonna assume it's pronounced Segway. But Sego UI. But I want to pronounce it Segway. I don't know why. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I don't know. It doesn't look bad in Segway, but it's definitely not what it's supposed to look like. What I'll probably end up doing with it anyway in the official thing is using a PNG. And actually, you know what? I closed the tab, but what am I doing here? Oh, I'm just printing out automated realms, so I don't have the full logo. Oof. But anyway, thank you two for checking. Thank you both. Thank y'all. Yuns. I'm gonna go with this so that it looks fine on the dev computer. It works on my machine. Okay. We still have some additional styling to do for these sections. I kind of feel like sticking with the footer for now. Because actually, you know what? You're going to stay by yourself. You're probably going to end up being a component anyway. Footer is going to be content. Do you have a wrapper for your content? Oh my goodness. Okay, so inside of my footer, I have an article, and this is the thing that I'm going to give the max width, actually the same styling as these. And then we'll see if I just want to rewrite those rules. Since it looks like every article that I'm using, I am giving the max width of main content max width. And again, the reason that I'm doing that inside of a container inside of each section is because I do want the background to be able to span the entire width of the page, even though the content is going to be constrained to the center, whatever size this is. And why aren't you actually doing what you're supposed to do? Footer, article. Oh, because you aren't actually centered. Okay. So footer, overflow auto, display flex, flex direction, column, line items center, and we should be Good to go. There. Then, for the article inside, that is going to specifically be the footer content. Oops. Wrapper. And not this disclaimer. I don't know why I keep scrolling down so far. We're going to make it width 100%, display flex, justify content. For now, we're going to do space between, but I'm pretty sure that's not what I'm going to want. I'm also going to make it so we can see the footer and not have to keep scrolling down every single time it refreshes. And the way I'm going to do that is to set hero section track transactions section to display none. Hello, Napalm. Hope you're having a fantastic Monday. You're also going to be aligned content flex start or align items flex start. Pushes everything up to the top. And then these are ULs. So the ULs inside of my footer content wrappers are going to be list style noon. And what is it? I'm pretty sure it is margin. Yep, cool. And then the other thing would be my LI's padding. No, not padding. Are you margin as well? Neither. Is it padding on UL then? Padding left? Dude. Background, color, pink. Nothing. Background, color, blue. Yeah, so I thought that this was padding over here. I could have sworn. It is padding, but why is it moving to the right instead of left? That's really odd. Wakarimasen desu. Anyway, fixed. Then the other thing that we have on the footer wrapper, east, a padding, 1 rem, top and bottom, 0 rem, left and right. Oh, it's because the thing that I'm trying to achieve is having this be centered. But that's not going to work. So instead, what I'm going to do is justify content, flex start, and then gap of 5 characters. More. Still don't like that. Yes, you did notice correctly. However, you didn't notice that I already reset it. I just got an automated message on Teams from the bot that they use for their team saying, I noticed your password is expiring. I just reset it this morning. I honestly didn't know Chrome showed you the rendered fonts and their origin. Yeah. So, I mean, like, the dev tools have come a really, really long way. So, even Firefox's dev tools computed gives you some really good information. Yay! Nice. Dang. I was about to push the button and Dukasoft already just went wham, get out of here. Thank you, Dukasoft. You're amazing. Gosh, I don't know why, but you always remind me, BitGamey, to do this. I'm gonna start off with the person I came in first. Shout out to TBD Gamer. He streams Monday through Friday. Bam, bam. Monday through Friday at 7 a.m. Eastern time, which is UTC -4 currently. So do the math for yourself. It was about 6.5 hours ago. 6 hours and 20 minutes ago is when he started streaming today. And yeah, he streams Monday through Friday. Mondays and Tuesdays he works on a community project called Water Drink Water, an application for you to be able to set a goal for how much water you want to drink and then input each time that you drink water. And then it gives you a nice little indicator on where you are in your goal. And there's just going to be a lot more stuff available to add to it. He currently has a PR out for the community to review. So if you have the time, take a look at it if you feel like it, of course. But that's Mondays and Tuesdays. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, he does a project management project, which is not open source, but he does the majority of the development on stream. No way. Okay, I'll figure that out for you in a second. Can't blame me. It'd be hilarious if it just doesn't really like shoot anymore and it only likes shoot. Speaking of that as well. But Liquid Sky is the code name for his project. Pretty cool name. Easier to remember now that I've said it like 16 times. I made myself disappear instead. I need this to go away. There we go. But anyway, it's a project management application intended for developers to use to track project stuff. And it's like geared towards developers specifically to make it easier to keep track of the things that still need to be done. Things don't just get left in the backlog and disappear forever. Everything must have some kind of response to it, kind of thing. Just a whole bunch of really, really good things to keep the progress of the work up to date, as opposed to things that happen in like ADO, for example, where there is a backlog and you have iterations and everything like that, and tasks get assigned to iterations, but they just eventually just disappear into the backlog, and you end up with 100 open tickets or work items, and you're like, what were these? And then duplicates and all that stuff. Anyway, so take a look at that. Enjoy the stream with him. He's also a great streamer, by the way. He's got just this great personality that's awesome to be around. So that is TBD Gamer. This is Get Blamey, who is an awesome, super fun, super cool game developer. I love hanging out on his stream. I can't say this enough, but I just love his personality. He's such a cool person. Yeah, deserves all the follows, all of the watchings. He has a lot of interactivity on his stream to keep you engaged, to keep you entertained, but he works on 2 games as well, or 2 projects, whatever you want to call it. 2 games. The first one is called Homeward Hound. I'm not blushing, you're blushing. The first one is called Homeward Hound, where you play as a dog who gets separated from his people. And you wake up in a pound, I believe, and you have to make your way home. And then you have lots and lots of adventures on the way. And then the other game is on Fridays. Oh, by the way, he streams Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Pretty much at the end of this stream, so starting in about an hour. It's been spotty here and there lately, but I'm sure it's I mean, he streams when he can. He streams when he cans. You know what I'm trying to say. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely, lols. Please ask your question here. After I'm done shutting up, Big Gamey will pay more attention to the question that you might have. Why isn't it oh, interesting. I'll have to think about that. What was I saying? Oh, so his Friday streams are a distracted stream or derail stream where he works on a zombie game. And I think I got it completely wrong last time I talked about it. So it is this kind of top-down-ish game for most of it, but on Thursday of last week, or maybe it was Friday, he was talking about having a camera system where it goes from this kind of top-ish down, and I said it was kind of like the same angle as you saw in the original Fallout, but I think I'm wrong. You can correct us. And just check out his stream. It's worth watching. But it'll go to an over-the-shoulder-ish third-person camera when you get into this intense scene so that you get more of a, I don't know, you feel more immersed in the tenseness of the situation that you're walking into. So Dugasoft had his bot tell us a joke. A man was caught stealing in a supermarket today while balanced on the shoulders of a couple of vampires. He was charged with shoplifting on 2 counts. I'm just gonna let that sink in. It's like the aroma of a nice solid fart. Just take it in. What? Anyway. Crickets, tumbleweeds, take your pick. Law says, I'm trying to make a function where I make a list of dates from input date to current date. I keep getting an error where it reads can't compare datetime.datetime to datetime.date. So there is a type. There are 3 different date types that you could use in C#. I'm assuming you mean in C#, by the way. If you have another language that you're doing it in, we could probably still help you. I don't know what to think about that. Which comment? There were a lot of comments that I made just then. But in C#, there are 3 different date types. Oh, in Python. I have to think about that. In C, let me just say it this way, and then we'll look at Python to see if it's similar. In C#, you have 3 different date types. You have date time, which is an object that represents a given a specific instance in time. Then you have date time offset. I'm not gonna lie, I can't tell you the big difference between date time offset and date time, but I'm sure there is one. And then date only, which is the specific date part of a date time. And so if you're trying to compare date time to date or date time offset, it got clipped. No, we're keeping it. We are keeping it. I will play it because I want to know the extent of what I said. Oh dear. Oh man. Anyway, point is, mixing types, you would first normalize the actual types that you're trying to compare. So if the only thing that you care about is getting the date portion of the date time and iterating through that and saying add one until you make it to today, pretty much, then you'll first want to convert your input date to just a date only. Or just, you could leave it as date time, but make sure that when you're comparing it to datetime.now or whatever thing you're going to use to iterate through, then they're both the same type in the end when you're comparing them. So we'll look up what the equivalent of that is in Python in a second after we hear this wonderful statement. This is going to be the most, what's the word, profound statement and thought process ever. So keep this in mind. I'm just going to let that sink in. It's like the aroma of a nice solid fart. Just take it in. What? Right at the what? That was a perfect clip. That's all I gotta say. I'm keeping it. I hope it gets played often. I mean, you're not wrong. It was a great joke. Nice solid part. Fantastic. Because everyone loves, good dad jokes as much as they love.
I got a bad feeling about this.
Okay. All right. Let's move on beyond that then. Because Napalm has a bad feeling about this. Okay, so we're going to find out in Python. This is how I would research the scenario that you're talking about, lol. So that message that you got looks like it is the direct output error message that you get. So Python pairing dates. And so what you might see here, so these are places where they are pretty much creating dates, but this is what I would do first to whatever dates you're trying to compare. The thing that you're iterating through, hello Steely, how are you doing? I hope you're well. Yeah, I don't know how to do this myself, so we're gonna fake it. Hey Gemini. Speaking of, I shouldn't be saying that too much. It's the same as saying, hey, other assistant. I don't think it's been turned on yet for mobile devices, but in time you will be able to use Hey Gemini to activate Gemini on your mobile device as your assistant. But for now, you have to manually go into the Google app and then. But anyway, write a Python script that takes an input date and outputs a list of dates between the input date and today. Okay. So whatever type you get from date.today, that's what you want to make sure your input start date gets turned into when you're comparing them. So I don't know if that means casting it or creating a new date object using input date dot year month day kind of thing. But if this was like a school project, I didn't have AI tools in school, so I don't know if I would do this differently. This might be, um, like this might be against the rules for whatever project you're working on, but I would still find ways to search the internet without explicitly asking AI to do the work for me if it was a learning situation. But there is this library or a function called time delta that's in datetime library. AI of the current form was science fiction when most of us were in school. Speak for us. I mean, for yourself, TVD gamer. As we're both about a year apart in age. So anyway, let me know if you want to go further into that, lol, and we can explore it further. Megabop from Dukabops. And then Foolish Snubble came in. Hello and good day to you. Okay, so back to the styling. We're getting closer. I don't actually know what the technique is to style a footer. Maybe this is a situation where I do want to use a VW or a percentage. I'm just not a fan of using percentages. Right, and this padding needs to go on this flex basis. The thing that I'm doing, in a gap, is using gaps, and that's not a good enough gap for me. So I need to know more about flex basis. CSS complete flex guide. I like using this. Tell me more about flex basis. Defines the default size of each element. Okay, yes, flex basis would be the thing I'm looking for then. Thank you so much, Rivenoff. Unless it's Ivanov. Riv is fine. Cool. I will do my best to remember. Okay, so it can be a length, like 20%, 5 grams, etc., or a keyword. And the auto keyword says, look at my width or height property, which was temporarily done by the main size keyword until deprecated. The content keyword means size it based on the content. It's not well supported yet. And then max content, min content, and fit content. If set to 0, the extra space around content isn't factored in. If set to auto, the extra space is distributed based on its flex grow. Okay. So I guess what happens if we do flex basis 33%? Because that's kind of what we're aiming for. I just don't want it to go all the way across the screen, so I'd want it to be smaller, but then I'd want it to make it to a minimum size. So flex basis 30% for now. Let's just see what that does. Okay. And isn't this thing supposed to be... No. Okay. So that's probably the last thing that I was missing. It's just justify content on the parent. Center. Oops, not flex center, just center. Wait, no, it's not. Yeah, why is it still stretching the whole thing? Because I have width 100%. Okay. I still don't like that. It's... I guess the thing that I'm really trying to do is position it so that the icon or the company logo is left aligned, and then the rest of the content starts at the middle and then takes up not an even amount of space, but yeah, this is what I'm going to try. Some more div soup. We'll keep the content wrapper as display flex. We'll have a flex basis of 50%, which is pretty much the same as... No, it's not the same. For that. With 100%. And again, if any of you do have a better suggestion for this, and I'm all ears, just let me know. Background color, let's just do light blue for now. Oh, that's even brighter than pink. And then we have our dot links. That will also be display flex. Justify content flex art. Gap of 20%. I just don't like using percent. Yeah, and I don't think gap actually takes a percent. Maybe. I don't know. Too much. Yeah, but what is this going to look like when we shrink the screen? Not bad. Okay, so by the time we get to the breakpoint, that would make it go responsive. You know, mobile responsive kind of thing. It will switch to single column. So I think we'll be fine like this for now. So I guess I oh no. Wait, what? Why is logo shrinking and growing? Why? Okay, there are two things going on here. Number one is that my slogan will be white space because CSS, obviously, no wrap. And I think I need to put this on the actual title and subtitle. Witchcraft, the entire thing. Agreed. Come on. Come on. Is it just no wrap with no space? That's with no dash. Okay. So no wrap with no dash. Can I put it on the wrapper? I can. Okay, perfect. So now it won't change size based off of the width of the screen. Good. Right. I'm not super angry at that. SVG viewbox? Yeah, so my viewbox should be set fine. It is, well, I have the viewbox set, but I do not have width and height explicitly set on the SVG element. Just trying to find it. So here's my viewbox. This is, of course, a viewbox that was generated by my by Figma, right? Is that where I got this? I think I put my logo in Figma and then copied it as SVG. Guess I should have looked at the design again too. When it comes time to do actual design work on Liquid Sky Project, I might have to stream on a different channel. I'll be breaking my own rules with the I will start marking my stream as mature content when I start just getting to that point. That's like, why in the foundational chickens is this not positioning? What color are you? App background. Are you really app background? 0306A. I mean, I really like this color for the background. I am starting to not hate this one. We're going to take a look at the original with this really bright header and see what this looks like for us. All right, Dukasoft, thank you so very much. Happy spamming bots. I'll try to catch them. Dukasoft has been the best non-bot bot ever. Yeah. Words. Okay, we're gonna go with this color for the footer. I do like that. It's not part of my application theme colors, but it is really nice. Button sections. Dork. Cake. Here you are. Okay, I like that. This is either too little of a gap above or too big of a gap below, which I don't really know where that's coming from. Is it this? It's got to be this. Yep. Okay. So you're going to be more like 5. And then we need a padding top of... Well, what padding top do we have on our articles? Man, I really don't like having only one CSS file, essentially. I'm so used to splitting everything up into isolated CSS now. Main, overflow, section. Yeah, so I don't have anything specific to articles everywhere. So let's just find padding. Padding this. That's button. That's nav. Okay, 2 rems is my default padding. I really should put that somewhere. So 2 rems top and bottom. Give me some space. Not bad. I still feel like this could move over more. And I'm really tempted to just keep it at justify content space between. Man, but that pushes it way too far on wider screens. And again, by the time we get here, we're most likely in a breakpoint. That would move it to columns. But the thing that I'm needing is a padding when we are smaller than the max width. So I really do need a padding left and right. I think we can handle this. So let's do a min content width of whatever I did for my, and this FMT in front of everything that you see here is just a prefix that I'm using so that it doesn't ever conflict with any other libraries custom properties. Okay, so min content width, and then if I change you to be min content width, good, and that shouldn't change anything yet. And then down here, we can have a media query. And so I'm pretty sure, and I could be wrong about this, but I'm pretty sure that you can't use custom CSS properties in media queries. CSS custom property media query. Right. Yes. Okay, so confirmed. Not only talking out of my behind, but what I'm going to do though is from a maximum width of what you can use in media queries are SAS variables. So this should render as max width 120 characters. Except I need a rule in there so that it'll actually compile. Let's do footer background color pink. And actually, I think I want this to be max width strictly less than. Compiled. And there. Yay! That actually did what I wanted it to do. Okay, so why didn't your background color change though? Not max. Wait. Width. when the width is less than, there we go. Okay. I know what I'm doing. Okay. All right. Good. All right. So what that's going to do for us is when we get down to this width of less than this, then I want the articles. How to do this safely. We want the footing, definitely. The sections is what I want. Yes. Yes. The footer, the sections. Except that the articles are the ones that I want to be able to have the background color go all the way across. Or is it the sections? I don't recall. I have good memory. Can you tell? So let's do sections and footer and see what happens. To have a padding, padding left and right. I don't want to. Does this work? Padding inherit top and bottom, and then set my left and right. No, kind of doesn't look like it does. Yeah, inherit's not a thing. Man. Yeah, because that's just going to add to. And then it's going to look kind of bad because I also need to do a calculation, which we can't do in a media query. But I need to subtract 2 rems, or 1 rem left and right. But can you do calcs in media queries? I'm seeing a calc not working in media query. Okay, so it's not supported everywhere. Is supported by the spec, but support was only implemented by browsers recently, February 2018. Yeah, for us, we don't really care about that at the moment. Would a mix-in work? I don't think. Yeah, I don't think that would work for a media query. So that my width breakpoint would be the max width that I have in my custom property or in my SAS variable minus whatever what's it called? Whatever padding I want to put on it left and right. So I might be able to do something like min content with media query. And since it kind of seems like we have support for calc, I'll go ahead and use that 120ch minus the padding that we want to allow to be on the left and right, which I think I'm going to keep at 1 rem. Might be 2. We'll find out. So then down here in the media query, instead we will use this variable. But the mixin would be good for inside of here to change out what maybe what set of styles we would want. I think we could also do the math in SAS as well, but I don't know how to do that. Yeah, but it didn't take effect, so I think this broke the media query. Yeah. Oh, no, that's not what broke the media query. I still have inherit in here. Why do I still have inherit? I'll fix the footer in a second. Yeah. Okay, so it does work. Wait, what just happened? It worked for a second. Max width is... I need to bless. I'm always so backwards when I do that. Excuse me. Why? Why are you still not working? Oh, there it goes. Wait, no, that was just me moving. We need our maximum width to be our minimum content width. Yeah, minus 1 font size. Well, let's keep everything in characters then. Yeah, I still would prefer that to be calc. So at this point, it looks like it should be small enough that the media query would take effect. I'm not seeing it. And what is the width of it currently? 972. And what is... when width is strictly less than calc of 120 characters minus 1 rem. So 944. I wish there was a way to find out what the calculated width of, you know what, maybe it's in here. Do you do custom properties? You do. You do. But what is the imputed value of 120 characters? How many pixels is that? don't think I can get that. I'm still open to thoughts. Maybe a better approach than what I'm trying to do. So if you can't tell what it is that I'm trying to achieve, I'm trying to make sure that when we make the screen smaller, we don't go from having the content hug the edges of the screen to just popping and then suddenly having a padding. I want the padding to always be there without affecting it at full screen. But you know what? I think that's not going to matter. I think if we gave it a padding without a media query, it'll be fine. It'll be golden. So I'm still going to keep the min content width as a SAS variable, but we're going to give let's just do it everywhere. Yeah. So we're going to do it on header, section, footer, padding of 2 rems top and bottom, 1 rem left and right. TBD Gamer says, I wish I understood most of what I was looking at. I'm just sitting here contemplating how much energy you're putting into this, into what this footer makes up in the larger project. It's actually not just the footer, but the rest of the content too. So all of these sections here. But yes, still lots of energy being put into just styling that thing. Agreed. Version 0 auto. App header. Yeah, and then we're going to put this into here as well. And then you can see the extra left and right padding on my articles. So let me unhide everything that I hid before, because I'm done with positioning these things. Not that anyone asked, but I'm putting my energy into writing small x86 code, like in little letters, like font size 6, font size 4. No, I'm kidding. I'm sorry. What are you writing it for? I am really terrible about asking other people about their stuffs. But we dedicate an entire Friday to it. That's what our Fridays are for. Talking about the things you're working on, but you're always welcome to share. Whatever project you're working on, whatever questions you have, always welcome during the stream. Fridays are just the days that I try to pay more attention to them. What did I do with that? Display none. So Snabble says, I'm working with a musician to make a new demo. He is hoping for 1 kilobit. Like, seriously, kilobit? But the music is too good, and I put too much effort into the graphics, so we probably land on 2 kilobytes. Yeah, I think you meant kilobytes on that first one. Have you watched Proton Fig? I'm sure everyone has seen Proton Fig at one point in time, but Snabble's stuff is really impressive as well. I don't know if you've seen any of his stuff. But TBD Gamer says, I really enjoyed Friday's stream. It was fun to get the chance to finally join in. Yeah. As I said on your stream, you're always welcome, but I hope you never feel pressured into it. Yeah. It's just nice to be able to have conversation like that. I'm saying a lot. I'm going to stop saying now. Okay. That's top and bottom. I'll get rid of that. And I'm still getting some additional top and bottom padding on the sections somehow. Not sure how. This is nav. Nav is fine. Yeah. Oof. 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 App header, margin 0 auto. Placeholder. Yeah, what's going on? Okay, one more thing to solve. And the thing to solve is, where did all of this extra padding and or margin come from? It looks like it might be margin. Layout. Not layout. Styles. It is padding. Okay, so where's this extra top and bottom padding coming from? We know that sections are definitely getting the padding because I just wrote that rule. For... Oh. Header cannot get the same stuff. Header needs to get its own set of rules because it doesn't get the same top and bottom padding. And should I use width or should I use display flex direction? Oh, yeah, I shouldn't use this because that will affect everything. Yeah, I'm just going to use width 100%. Snabble said, but I can't help trying to tickle people a bit by being contrarian. It's easy for me to be that, as I don't know what I think. I watch Proton, especially enjoying when he does 68K assembler. He did a Tetris game in 256 bytes, which is pretty good. Yeah, you guys are super impressive. A lot of yeah. Okay, I'm gonna get this. Header. Yeah, I think I'm gonna do it this way, actually. Maybe, possibly actually. Header, section, and footer will all get a width of 100%. Section and footer will get padding. Oh, no, I'm not. Just kidding. Because I'm going to give header a padding as well of 0 top and bottom, 1 rim, left and right. And this is actually supposed to be my variable. Didn't I make a variable for this? Content padding. We're going to make a variable called content padding. soon as I can get everything organized. Here we go. Wow, that's a name. Oh, dude, I turned Overstrike on. That's what's going on. I'm like, what? What's happening? TVD Gamer says an Amiga CD32 and Amiga 1200 are two machines on my wish list to add to the collection, but in North America they are near impossible to get for any reasonable money. Time to go to Japan. Nah, you're up for those machines. And even then, getting harder to get them. Got it. Got it, got it, got it, got it, got it. Gotta la vida loca and stuff. Typey. My arms ache a little holding that bow for so. Oh my goodness! Thank you for reminding me. I totally just dropped it, didn't I? Try shoot again. Either one or any of them. I want to look in the console to see if there is an error. Nothing. I didn't even get a message to the game. What's going on? My chatbot is disconnected. When did that happen? It's not reconnecting either. Oh, there it goes. There it goes. Okay, try. I blame Deflex. Yay! So it didn't interrupt the game because that all was still running on this machine, but it did pretty much ignore all of your chats. Ah, man, that looks like it goes straight through. That way you can still miss the target. That's so mean, TBD. You don't need to point that out. Was it worth it? Look. Q. 3, 2. What happened to the sound? The sound isn't even playing. Unless you guys heard it and I don't have monitor and output turned on. I do have monitor and output turned on. Well, that's sad. hear the music, right? Yeah, I can hear the music. It's okay though. When we remake the bot, everything's gonna work perfectly. We'll probably even have some physics in it. I proved that you could make a bot game in purely Blazor using HTML, CSS, and very little JavaScript, if any at all. That's what that did, but probably just going to do that game in Unity and add physics and sound effects and customized arrows and bows and characters. And Goku Jax is here. Hello, Goku Jax. Oh, and thank you so much for the follow, lol. As always, you are always welcome to ask questions, to participate in chat on Fridays. I don't know if you heard, but I have a community day that I try to host every Friday, where I invite everyone in the community to either hop into Discord voice channel and have conversation using your voice. It comes through on stream, or just talk and chat about whatever topics you want to talk about, including but not limited to projects that you're currently working on, things that you want help with, things that you have opinions about, all of it. As long as it's appropriate to our channel, of course. This is looking better, but there still seems to be some additional padding on article. No. Wait, that really is only... Oh, it's the margin on the H2s again. That makes it look like it's super far away. Yeah. And Rob Lang Dev is here. Hello, Rob Lang Dev. So many amazing people. Hope you're having great days. Deja Vouse. Okay, so let's see what this looks like anyway with a one rem top and bottom margin for everything but the footer. Which is the vertical. Yeah, that does look better. I think I'm going to keep it like that instead. And so we're just going to call this default padding. Get rid of horizontal. Get rid of vertical. And that means that you're both just one rem all around. And then for footer, that's where we're going to overwrite it with a padding top. Of 2 rems, and then left and right are FMT main content default padding. Because I do want the extra space in the footer, top and bottom. Maybe I don't want a bottom padding actually. So let's see what it looks like without a bottom padding. Yeah, I like that. And then we'll do the all rights reserved, which is called the disclaimer, I believe I called it. On a font size of 0.6. Color of... Do I have them muted? Default colors, primary and background. And we'll just make this mostly dark, I don't know, medium color. Let's do 888. See if that's too dark. Oops. And then a matching custom CSS property. Oops, I did that backwards. Cool. Yeah, something like that. That's exactly what I was going for. Still do want some very, very small padding. And I guess since this is only being applied to the footer, I will move it into the footer rules. Whereas we have multiple sections and we only have one footer. That's what I meant to say. Since we only have one footer, I will move this padding rule into the footer that has everything else. You stop that phone. I'm having too much fun. Okay, this is looking decent. Still don't like the big separation between these two. I need to find a better way to tell this thing that I just want them to split the thing. So flex bases still sounds like the right thing that I want to be using here. And this justify content is not. So thank you again, Riv, for that thought. I was just saying your name so that I can remember that it's just Riv. Why didn't that work though? Because I put it on the wrong thing. No, I didn't. I put it on the content wrapper. Is it because the footer is not? No, the footer is 100%. The footer wrapper should be 100%. Gamey started streaming. Yeah, so I really thought that what that would have done is given us each element takes up 50% by default. But I don't think so. I don't know. I'll have to figure that out for the next time. But it's almost like I need this to take 50% and still have it be flex start. But I also need it to still keep the justify content space between. Nope. Wait, now I just completely broke that. Okay. Content. Okay. So what exactly are you doing online today, dear sir or madam? And where are you quiet? Speak. Speak. Say words. Yes, you. think he's doing a challenge to not speak. Okay, he is speaking. Okay. Mark's Dav? My name is Davi, and I'm a Brazilian full stack developer. I've been working for 3 years and I want to work remotely for the US. Would you have any tips? So I mentioned that I'm going to go to this ending screen because we are ending soon, but I will answer your question. Let me get rid of this pink background as well. And this is kind of the effect that I was going for, so it did work. That's exactly what I want it to look like. Aside from, needing to style the actual links to make them look better. Okay, so that's where we're going to end today, though. So I'm not really helpful in the way of helping someone non-US get a job in the US because I've lived in the US for pretty much my entire life, and honestly my entire work life, so I've never had to try to work for the US from a different country. However, there are a whole bunch of international companies. I don't exactly know if the parent company for the one that I work for has people in Brazil, has assets in Brazil. But let me check real quick. Capgemini Brazil. It looks to me like they do have offices in Brazil. So what I would recommend if you're wanting to enter the US market is to get hired by a consulting firm. Consultancy? Anyway, a large consulting firm that is international that would give you connections to US clients, essentially. Capgemini is one of them. I don't know if this helps any, but as far as if you're doing it on your own, or maybe even searching through stuff like Indeed or Monster or other application websites, you might look for any positions that are open to non-US citizens. But all of the ones that I know about directly are US citizens. And that site, as you could tell, is Portuguese, Brazilian Portuguese. So I don't know if you want BRBR instead. But you should be able to find either localization for that site. But that's the company that I work for. That's the parent company of Sagetti US. And yeah, just look on there, see if there are any opportunities for you. But I don't have any connections. I could try to put you into our referral system, but I don't know how far that would go. I've tried a few overseas people. I don't know if they've gotten contacted or not. But yeah, that's that. Definitely feel free to ask around. You are welcome to use our Discord as a resource. You don't have to go into our Discord server, especially if you're already a part of too many of them. Most of us are either US or Europe based that are in the server, and we're pretty quiet, so there's not much activity in there. Aside from when someone does ask a question, we get some really helpful people answering questions and helping out where they can. But that's a resource for you. TBD Gamer responded, there are employment agencies like Adecco that do specialize in placements. Awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that, TBD. All right. So I will be lurking on multiple people's channels as usual, but just to shake things up, since he happens to be streaming also, we're going to raid over to Thindle. But I'll be on his channel. I'll be on Big Gamey's channel, Settlix, and my fourth one will be Bardaki. Although Mooniz is also streaming, so maybe I'll be on 5 today. What just happened? Where did my other one go? Yeah, there's just so many amazing streamers. But that's going to be it for me for today. Thank you for being awesome, TBD Gamer. That's going to be it for me for today. I will be back again on Wednesday with more of the same, more UI design work. We are getting actually pretty close with our design. I'm thinking if we just use the same backgrounds as we saw in that one Figma image, that it's going to look even better. The footer looks great in this. We'll add the parallax to the background. Although, again, the background looks like it's already doing its own parallax thing just because of the way eyes work. We need a one lion wave emote. You know, I could do that. I could work on getting that done. But yeah, that's it for me for now. Ciao. See you whenever you happen to come back by. And thanks for the follow.